Okay, so you're running a small business, you've got these big dreams, right? And you see those things online, campaigns that just explode, everyone's sharing them, talking about them, and you're thinking, yeah, how do I get that for my business?
Hmm.
That idea of going viral
Hmm.
is really tempting. But, it's not just about getting lucky. Today, we are diving deep into how small businesses specifically can actually build marketing campaigns that have like real viral potential. We've looked into the frameworks, the science behind why stuff spreads, the psychology,
Mm.
some really cool case studies, and importantly, steps you can actually take. Our goal here is pretty simple. We want to help you figure out how to get your brand seen by loads more people, create some real buzz, and, speed up your growth. Doesn't matter if you're like a local bakery or some new tech startup.
And hey, speaking of boosting things, once you do get that viral spark going, you might want to check out rapidboost.net. They've got resources for amplifying your social media profiles. Okay, let's dig in. Yeah, and what's really fascinating right off the bat is how viral marketing can sort of level the playing field for smaller businesses. Think about it. You're not just relying on, throwing money at ads. This viral multiplier effect means your own audience starts doing the marketing for you. They share it across their networks.
Right?
And social media today, wow, it just pours fuel on that fire.
Totally. It's that organic spread, person to person, that can just make your reach massive.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's not random. There's got to be a reason people actually hit share. What's the psychology there?
Well, fundamentally, people share things that give them value. Maybe it's a genuine surprise, something delightful, or maybe it solves a problem they didn't even know they quite had, or one they did know they had. But there's a social angle too, definitely. People share stuff that makes them look good, or
Yeah.
feel good about themselves,
Okay.
or it helps them connect with their friends, reinforces who they are. It's almost like social signaling. Hey, look at this cool, funny, smart thing I found.
That makes a lot of sense. It's got to be about more than just the product itself. And you mentioned it leveling the playing field, Dollar Shave Club. That's still like the classic example, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what was it? Like 4.5 grand they spent on that first video? Something like that?
Yeah, peanuts, relatively speaking.
And they got, what, 12,000 signups in like 48 hours? Insane. But the key is why it worked. It wasn't just the humor, though it was funny.
Right.
It was relatable. It tapped into that shared frustration about razors being overpriced. It felt authentic, a bit rebellious even.
Yeah.
And that resonated. People wanted to share that feeling, that aha moment.
Okay, so building on that, what are the like non-negotiable ingredients if you want a campaign to even have a chance at going viral?
Number one, absolutely, is a clear and compelling message.
Yeah.
What's the core idea? People need to get it instantly. If it's too complex, too wordy.
Forget it.
Exactly. It just won't travel. Think of it like a headline for the brain. Does it grab you right away?
Gotcha. Cut through the noise fast.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Emotion. Big one. Emotional hooks are critical. Content that makes people feel something strongly: joy, surprise, awe, maybe even a little bit of like righteous anger. That stuff gets shared. We're wired to pass on emotional experiences. Then simplicity and shareability. It needs to be easy to digest.
Like bite-sized.
Yeah, bite-sized, perfect for platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, or easily shareable formats like, memes.
Okay, so it fits the platform.
Yeah.
And how do you actually nudge people to share?
Well, a clear call to action, a CTA, really helps. Just asking people, tag a friend who needs this, use this hashtag, maybe start a fun little challenge. It can boost shares
A
significantly.
simple prompt.
Simple prompt. And don't forget seamless branding. People need to know it came from you, but it shouldn't feel like a hard sell advertisement.
Subtle.
Subtle, yeah, but clear. And finally, timing and distribution. When you launch, are you tapping into anything current? Are there influencers who could give it an initial push? That first bit momentum is crucial.
Right, that initial snowball effect. Okay, so how does a small business find their thing, their share factor? How do you figure out what message will actually fly?
It really starts with digging deep into your audience. What truly motivates them? What are their biggest headaches? What gets them excited? You gotta immerse yourself in their world. Read customer reviews, look at social media comments, check out forums where they hang out.
So detective work.
Pretty much. What are they actually talking about? What needs aren't being met? You can find some real gold in there.
Okay, so listening first. What about trends? Jumping on like a TikTok trend or something. Good idea, bad idea.
It can be really effective, but the key word is authenticity.
Ah.
Don't just shoehorn your brand into some random trend if it doesn't fit. It feels icky.
Yeah, people see through that.
Totally. Look for genuine overlaps. Is there a pop culture moment or a social media trend that actually aligns with your brand or what your audience cares about? And timing, again, is everything. Relevance drives the shares there.
Makes sense. And it doesn't always have to be just pure fun, right? Like, informative stuff can go viral too.
Absolutely. That blend of information and entertainment, infotainment, I guess, can be super powerful. Think about those life hack videos or the did you know type things.
Yeah, love those.
People enjoy learning something useful or surprising, especially if it's delivered in an engaging way. And again, authenticity. Remember Blend Tech? Will it blend?
Oh my God, yes. Iconic.
Totally absurd.
Yeah.
Right. But it was hilarious, and it brilliantly showed off how tough their blenders were. Genuine fun, genuine product demo.
Perfect combo. And you mentioned that popcorn company in Boston.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun mixed with the product too.
Exactly. Those delivery fairies on TikTok, just pure, unexpected delight, popping up, giving people free popcorn. It felt so spontaneous and fun.
Yeah.
And it just took off. Huge follower growth. Sales jumped like crazy. I think like 300% in a month. The humor, the surprise, highly shareable.
Okay, so you've got this killer idea. Maybe it's funny, maybe it's useful. Where do you actually put it? What channels work best for this kind of thing for a small business?
Well, it really depends on the content and who you're trying to reach, you know. TikTok, Instagram Reels, they're kind of built for short, snappy, visual stuff. Quick demos, fast stories, little tips, things under a minute.
Right, the short form video kings.
Exactly. Then you've got Facebook and X, what used to be Twitter. They can still be really good for things like shareable memes, running contests, maybe reaching a slightly older crowd sometimes. And those platforms often reward engagement, so getting comments and shares can boost visibility.
Okay. What if your idea needs a bit more breathing room?
Then YouTube is probably your best bet. If you have more educational content or a story that takes a bit longer to tell, YouTube's great for holding attention. And hey, don't discount local media or really niche online forums.
That's interesting.
Yeah, especially if your campaign has a local angle or targets a very specific interest group, that can give you a great initial push within that community.
And influencers.
Yeah.
Still got to factor them in?
Oh, for sure. Working with influencers, even micro-influencers with smaller but super engaged audiences can really speed things up. They have that built-in trust with their followers.
Right.
But across all these platforms, the main thing is make sharing effortless. Like one-tap sharing, easy tagging, maybe letting people remix your stuff easily, remove any friction.
Okay, friction-free sharing. Got it.
Yeah.
Let's get super practical now. How does a small business actually plan and run one of these? Can you walk us through sort of step-by-step?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, step one, get crystal clear on your objective. What result do you actually want? More awareness, email signups, direct sales. Define what success looks like first.
Makes sense. We've got to know the goal. What's step two?
Step two, brainstorming time. But with purpose. Get the team together, encourage wild ideas, use that yes and thinking. Don't just look at your own industry either.
Look outside.
Yeah. What's working elsewhere? What's grabbing attention in totally different fields? Why? Get inspired. Step three, nail your hook and your call to action. Say it out loud. Does the hook grab you? Is the CTA clear? Is it maybe even a little fun? Can you explain the whole thing in one sentence? Refine it till you can.
Keep it tight, keep it punchy.
Exactly. Step four, build shareability into its DNA. Ask yourself, is this easy for people to copy or make their own version of? Could it become a hashtag challenge? Think about how others can participate.
Right, make it participatory.
Step five, this is crucial soft launch and test. Roll out a sort of beta version to a small, trusted group, loyal customers, friends, whoever. Track the numbers, get their honest feedback, then tweak it before the big public launch.
Smart, like a practice run.
Totally. Step six, launch with partners. Coordinate that initial push. Get those micro-influencers, your brand ambassadors, even just enthusiastic friends ready to share it all at once to get that ball rolling. Early momentum is key.
Create that initial buzz.
Yes. And finally, step seven, measure, adapt, and fan the flames. Keep an eye on how it's doing, like in real time. See what's working, what's not. Double down on the good stuff, and don't be afraid to adjust things that aren't hitting right.
Right, you got to stay flexible. That makes sense. You mentioned an ugly produce startup.
Yeah.
How did they use these steps? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's a fantastic example of a small business just nailing it. They created the hashtag MyUglyVeggie challenge on Instagram. Super simple idea. Encouraging customers to post funny pictures of their weird-looking fruits and veggies.
Ah, I love that.
Right, and they were smart. They teamed up with local chefs, some schools, eco-influencers to get the word out initially. Step 6, right there.
Okay.
And the result, it just exploded. Over 20,000 posts with the hashtag in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Which, massively boosted their visibility, their followers, and led to a big jump in sales. They even got local news coverage out of it.
That's amazing.
It just shows how a relatable, visual, kind of quirky contest can build audience and revenue fast, tacked into that visual nature of Instagram perfectly.
Okay, so you catch that lightning in a bottle, the campaign is taking off. How do you keep it going? How do you sustain that momentum?
You got to engage, actively jump into the conversation, reply to comments, reshare the best user-generated content, thank people publicly for participating, make them feel seen.
Keep the community feel going.
Exactly. And keep leveraging that user content. Maybe run a follow-up contest. Feature people's posts in your stories. Encourage remixes. Keep them involved. And always be thinking about the next step. Where do you want these newly engaged people to go?
Right. Don't just leave them hanging.
No. Drive them to your website, offer a special discount, get them on your email list, into a loyalty program, capture that interest, and, crucially, keep listening. What are people saying? What's the vibe now? Be ready to adapt based on feedback and new trends that pop up.
So it's definitely not set it and forget it. You got to nurture it.
Absolutely not.
And what about after the main buzz dies down a bit? Is that just it?
No, that's when you leverage the afterglow, as I call it. You take your success story, hey, our little campaign got 20,000 shares, and you pitch it.
Pitch it where?
To local news, industry blogs, maybe even event organizers looking for case studies. That kind of earned media can give you a whole second wave of attention and credibility.
Smart. Turn the viral moment into lasting PR. Okay, let's wrap this up into, like, a checklist, a clear blueprint people listening can follow.
Okay, let's do it. First, define your core goal. What's the point? Second, know your audience inside and out. Motivations, pain points. Third, pick the right platforms for them and your content. Fourth, brainstorm creative ideas. Keep them simple, emotional, maybe trendy if it fits.
Right.
Fifth, craft that clear CTA and a catchy relevant hashtag. Sixth, create the actual content, make it engaging, shareable. Visuals, video, memes, stories, snackable stuff.
Good word.
Seventh, soft launch. Test it with a small group, get feedback, improve it. Eighth, launch officially, but coordinate with partners for that initial push. Ninth, track everything, hourly, daily, scale up what works. 10th, engage like crazy, talk to your audience, respond. 11th, have a plan to capture leads or drive sales from the attention. 12th, pitch your success story to the media, get that extra mileage. And 13th, I guess, reflect, learn what worked, what didn't, document it for next time.
That is a fantastic, really actionable roadmap. Thank you. So I think the big takeaway here is viral marketing isn't some like mystical unicorn. It's actually a real growth strategy that small businesses can use. It takes the right approach, sure, and definitely some creativity.
Exactly. And we see it happening. Small businesses, all sorts, having these moments because they had a clever idea and they really connected with their audience. You don't need a giant budget or a massive team to make a real impact online.
Yeah. So for everyone listening right now, start thinking, what's the potential share factor hiding in your business? What kind of campaign, even a small one, could you maybe start experimenting with? Just remember, the path here involves testing things out, learning from what happens, and being ready to adapt. That's how you find what works.